Hello, welcome to another edition of the fifth quarter. We're here today to talk about the Steelers' last game of the year. Last game of the season.
It's ending a little earlier than we thought it was going to end.
Steelers hosting Cleveland, the hated, I guess, Cleveland Browns on Sunday.
How can you hate them? I mean, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
I mean, as I've said many times before, the real Cleveland Browns are wearing purple and they're in Baltimore.
Yeah.
That team I hate.
That's another reason to feel sorry for them is win or lose after the game, they got to go back to Cleveland.
That's true, but win or lose, the Steelers' season is done. The question everybody's asking, what do they have to play for? And I think in talking to some of the guys after the game and in hearing some comments out of the locker room this week, they don't want to have a losing season. It would be their first losing season since 2003.
Yeah, under Tomlin would be the first under
Tomlin, but the first losing season since 2003 under Bill Cowher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, Ryan Clark was talking about just a matter of pride. Hey, you don't want to lose your last game, especially knowing that it's going to be the last one regardless. They're playing for next year, basically. Some guys trying to prove they belong. Other guys maybe just getting their last paycheck here on their way out of town.
And it might be the last hurrah for a couple of people. Larry Foote may be playing. Charlie Batch is going to dress. They're not dressing Leftwich. They're dressing Batch, but it may be Charlie's last appearance in the Steeler uniform. So we're going to say goodbye to some guys. But I think there is something to play for, but they're awfully banged up once again.
This game. Yeah. They put 3 players, I believe, on injured reserve this week, including Heath Miller. Apparently the knee he banged up against Cincinnati was pretty bad, more than just a bang-up.
Yeah, both MCL, ACL, and maybe PCL.
Yeah.
You hate to see that because I think hands down,
Well,
he was the Steeler MVP.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Plus, he's one of the great guys in the locker room, a real good guy. You just hated to see that happen. But Ike Taylor's not going to play. There's no reason to play Ike Taylor.
You played the last 3 games without him. No sense rushing him back for the last game of the year.
So it is a meaningless game. And the Cleveland Browns are coming in a little banged up as well. Whedon got hurt. Brandon Whedon, the quarterback, got hurt. You told me Trent Richardson was hurt.
I believe got hurt.
So they're banged up as well. It may be a war of attrition.
Yeah. But, it's still a game. I mean, they didn't want it to be the last one they played this year, but it's still a game, and there's opportunities for some people to make a name for themselves and head into training camp next year with a little bit of juice under their belt.
Well, certainly there is that. And as I said, people are saying, it doesn't mean a thing. In the scheme of things, it doesn't mean a thing, but in here it means something to the players, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, they're all professionals. Plus they probably want to get wash that bad taste of the 8 turnover game in Cleveland out of their mouths.
And can you imagine if they crawl into the off season with another loss
at 7-9?
At 7-9, what a terrible off season it would be. I mean, it's going to be bad enough, but that would make it even worse.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. I don't know. They may be playing this game with one eye on the scoreboard just to find out what's going on in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Baltimore's coming in there. I think Baltimore already has wrapped up the division.
Yes,
and Cincinnati is going to be the number 6 seed,
and they're probably going to go to New England.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But as far as the game itself, I like to think they have enough pride in what they do and enough weapons still on this team to win this game. I think the Steelers will win, like 20-14 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
You know what? It's going to be one of those games when after they win it, everyone's going to say, "Oh, what's what difference does that make?" But it does. It means a lot to the players and to the coaches and to the Roonies. You always want to keep a step ahead of the Browns. I figure they'll probably win this game too. No, I don't know. I'll just pick 24-20 just to make it a little different. What score did you say?
20-14.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. That'll wrap up this edition of the fifth quarter. We'll see you next time.